welcome to the Buzzline News open mic. I don't know what the rule is, 30 seconds, 0 seconds. That might have been a royalty violation, but we don't give a shit because damn the man. We were having a little 80s party earlier in the mic, so right now we're just having a good time. I'm Alicia Rain, here to report the news, so you don't have to, because it's depressing. But I just have a couple of news stories for you today. First one, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We had a couple of new balloons. One of them was Bluey, the new balloon this year from the Australian cartoon that's hugely popular. The day before the actual parade, Bluey, actually, the balloon popped. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hate to burst your bubble, but there was no more whoopee in that cushion. Yes, Bluey. That's too bad. That's too bad. Just like Matt Gates's ego, that balloon deflated. Yes. Yes. Yes, other such synonyms. But in the end, they got Bluey back onto the main stage, and he ended up making it through the parade. So parade had a couple of hiccups in there, some protesters. I'm with the protesters, honestly. They got caught right in front of the Ronald McDonald balloon, and they were Palestinian protesters, like, don't support a genocide. And when you protest right in front of a Ronald McDonald balloon, it's over. It's too late. We've already given up our souls to the capitalist gods. So, but I'm definitely with those protesters. I think that we need to be doing something different for sure. Not supporting that lack of compassion for human life. I do not support Israel and what they're doing. So just so you know that a little bit about me. But I'm here to also have a good time. Talk about what happened during our holidays. I hope some of you had a good Thanksgiving. I think my Thanksgiving was, like most years, awkward. Yes. Yes, I walked into my relative's house, and the first question I get was, "Did you gain weight?" Thanks, Grandma. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, but I have an extended family, and so there are lots of kids running around, and there's always that like one kid who doesn't quite fit in, where you can tell he's going to grow up to be a serial killer or a politician. It's one, or it goes either way with those ones. But we are a big game playing family. I don't know about anybody else. We play a lot of games, a lot of cards. My favorite game to play is Cards Against Humanity. I don't know about anybody else. Like Cards Against Humanity. I love that game. I love it. It starts fun conversations, like Hitler receiving anal, but in a bad way, Yeah. But the wrong group of people to play that game with is your family. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine playing Cards Against Humanity with your Nana. Now that's awkward. But because of that game, I found out some very interesting stuff about my family. I found out that my cousin's name for the vagina is Virgin. And I was like, oh, like he's from Michigan. So I'm like, is that a regional term? Because I'm from South Dakota and we call it cootie cat. So but I also found out that my aunt, who complains about how dry the turkey is every year, that she followed around Steely Dan for 2 years while tripping on acid. So, yeah, not the band Steely Dan, just a dude named Steely Dan. And when she tried to tell me how he got that nickname, I was like, whoa, pump the brakes. That's kind of like the Chinese food I ate last night. Too much, just too much. Yeah, too much. What else is going on? Oh, a Black Friday, lots of Black Friday sales. A lot of people are out there and about there shopping. I can't do shopping. I can't do it. I hate it because every shopping trip ends the same. Just me staring at a dressing room mirror while slow, sad tears fall down my face. Yeah, it is. It is sad. The only time I want to be crying those tears are when I'm in the women's bathroom while at work. Yeah, I want to get paid at least minimum wage for those tears, is what I'm saying. Um, yeah, but don't get me wrong. I do like things. I do like purchasing things. It's just the shopping part I don't like. But what I like are purses. I have kind of an extended collection of purses. And the other day I was behind somebody in line and they had this gorgeous vintage Coach purse with like those big stitches, and it was very I wanted it so bad. But I was behind this lady. All of a sudden, this little face pops up out of the purse. It was one of those Chihuahua, Shih Tzu piece of shit. It was just, the small dog in a purse. And the only thing I could think was, oh my God, how can you do that to that purse? Because can you imagine what the inside of that purse looks like after a pooping, peeing machine has been in there all day long? I don't have to imagine it because when I stole it, I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. That is that is gross. I have no idea what happened to that dog. But anyway, yeah, what else is going on? Christmas time, all those holidays, those are coming up quick. I'm gonna do just a couple of quick impressions and then we'll get going. Quick impression. This is my impression of Elf on the Shelf. Okay, Elf on the Shelf. I'm like over here now. You guys, that was fun. That was a fun one. Okay. Okay, here's my last impression. Here's my impression of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Quit making fun of me. Fuck you, Donner. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. He had a kind of a tough background. If Santa hadn't come along, I think it would have gone a little different because Rudolph's background is a little bit like a school shooter's. Yeah, yeah. If Santa hadn't come along, that song would have gone a lot differently. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, please put down that gun. It would have been different. It would have been a lot different. But yeah, so that's kind of the holiday news for me and for the world, I guess. So, we got a funtastic. That's right. Open mic coming up for you. These are going to be 5-minute sets. I'm going to light you in the chat, and then at 4 minutes, and then at the 5 minutes, I'll light you with the flashlight. So pay attention to the chat, pay attention to what's going on. And for everyone that's in the room, if you have your microphones on so we can hear your laughter, that's very respectful. If you have a lot of banging in the background, or if you have a vacuum going on, then turn off your
Right.
microphone. And then also just be polite to each other, laugh. If someone asks you a question, answer it, but don't be a dick. I think that is the general consensus that we have come up with here in the Zoomiverse. Don't be a dick. So we are going to go ahead and get the show rolling. On deck is Killer Keely, but coming to the stage right now. She's been waiting so patiently. She's very hilarious. Give it up for Ying Vigilant. Woo!
Hi, everybody. Happy to be back. Same kind of crowd here. So, yeah, same crowd. Okay, I'm recording it.
There
So,
we go.
Thanksgiving, everybody have good time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thanksgiving, it's kind of like just annual reminder to the native Indians. Like, yeah, so they're like, yeah, we give you horses and you white people give us small boxes. Thank you very much.
Oh God, dang.
Yeah, and so now you eating our turkey? That's how you're gonna thank me? Yeah, turkeys are native Indians people. Yeah, and I drove back with my son to from Spokane back to Seattle yesterday, and my son kind of update me some history lesson. So he said, yeah, the later on after celebrating Thanksgiving in November becomes a pattern so that the white people knows the Native Indians are gathering, celebrating, right? So they later raided the native camps during Thanksgiving. That is your tradition. White people really fucked up. Not only you wipe out with your germs, now you're raiding our teepees. But nobody talk about it. Nobody. It's just the natives, the Indians there. They hated Thanksgiving. So I'm just letting you know where you enjoy your turkey. But of course, okay, just lighten things up. Okay, I'm the immigrant. So I enjoy Thanksgiving. Okay, I enjoy the turkey. I'm no natives. I'll just let you know. And believe it or not, like stuffing now is one of my favorite dish. I couldn't believe it, but well, the first time I got invited to a professor's house, that's my very first Thanksgiving. I look at the stuffing, I was like, why this dish just fresh out of the oven but looks like leftover? What you guys doing? The professor White probably upset with me, but I did not touch that dish because I didn't know what was in there. I couldn't tell. It just mushed together like just like piece of pile of shit or something. Yeah.
Mm,
Because Chinese people, we don't eat if we cannot recognize the food. You
mm,
know, you like what about the presentation? I saw you guys said presentation is everything, right? Remember the French dish,
mm-hmm.
huge plate, a tiny little thing in the middle, because they want to look pretty. Yeah, but now of course I've lived in this country 30 some years. So I'm like, who cares about looks? Okay, it's content of character that matters. So
Mm,
I know what's content in that stuffing. Okay, it's gonna be vegetable, right? It's a lot of celeries, and then the meat, and of course breadcrumb. And that is your favorite breadcrumb. So it's all good. I would have stuffed in some Chinese stuff like the black mushrooms. um,
mm.
yeah, so one year I played the host. So I cooked the whole turkey dinner. Like finally I cooked all your white people food, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
the turkey, of course, the stuffing, the green bean casserole, that is also one of my favorite. The mashed potato, the dinner roll, the cranberry, oh my God, everything. And my kids home, guess what? None of them touch the stuffing.
Oh,
They like turkey and the casserole. I ended up eating that stuffing 5 days leftover after Thanksgiving all by myself. I finished. That's how much I like it now. Yeah. The only problem I have is a dessert. To this
mm,
day, I still could not cook dessert. I tried. I tell you, I tried. Because without dessert, you can't say complete a white people meal. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
I did a YouTube Martha Stewart there. I just
Mhm.
follow everything because there's no secret to white people food cooking. All you gotta do is just if you have a measuring cup and teaspoon, you're good, right? So when she was saying 2 cup of sugar, I was freaking out. Like, are you serious? A cake? You need, I think so. 1 cup of flour, 2 cups, like 2 cups of sugar. I was okay. Okay. The whole year when I cook Chinese food, I don't even use 1 cup of sugar. You're talking about one dish, one cake. You need. I in the middle of cooking, I quit. I just couldn't go through with it. So I said, all right, maybe I should try cooking. Yeah. So I went to YouTube again, look it up the teaching tutorial of cookies, right? I tell you, cookies are even worse. They tell you 1 cup of a cookie dough and 3 cup of diabetes. Oh my
Mm.
God.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Like, I didn't even get started. I just looked at the recipe. Okay, that's enough for me. I'm not even trying. So I said this joke last night at a private party, the holiday party, right? The white people, nobody touched the cookie. Wow, I ruined the party. Like, this is bad. And one of the guys, white guy, said, "Yeah, I agree. I literally one time I did put in 2 cups of sugar." So, and he said, "You're right. I did that." But anyway, so I ruined the party. Now I'm saying probably I'm not gonna ruin this mic. But just you're not young anymore. Okay, you're not 18 anymore. You don't need that sugar as your as your high, as your cocaine. So quit that shit and you have diabetes, move on. So, if you're young, like Kaylee, you can still eat sugar. Not me. I do have diabetes, just let you know. So, not saying that for nothing. Okay, thank you, everybody.
All right. Ying Vigilant, everybody. Woo! All right. All right. Yeah, I won't be making cookies. I'll be making Rice Krispie bars, which
Ooh.
has marshmallows in it, which is just puffed sugar. So it's a lot better.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. But yeah, we have so much fun. So much more fun show coming up for you. Let me go ahead. On deck, Lloyd Legacy Sharp, but coming to the stage right now, the hilarious, fantastic Killer Kiwi. Woo!
Thank you. Yeah, this weekend I did not have high expectations. I actually had no expectations to be invited to the Thanksgiving family dinner because I also wasn't invited to my grandma's funeral this year. So,
Whoa.
unfortunately, my expectations were met. It's all right. I'm also not really like disappointed though, because unfortunately, my grandma actually did pass away from dementia. So I think she just forgot to put me on the list. I did find out though, when you get buried with your spouse, you don't actually get buried next to each other. You get buried on top of each other, which I looked at my man and said, "You're going to have to die after me because God knows I was never good on top." I did think about how I did want to get buried, though. I actually want to really get buried naked so that I can just say, "Yeah, naked and afraid. Who's going to open the casket?" I'm not the only one that's going to be scared to death that day. With the recent holiday season, though, I don't know how everyone else has been dealing with the assholes, but I've just been fingering them. I recently got fired. And no, it was not for sexual harassment. It was actually because I was told that I was acting like a racist and a bigot. So I said, how else am I supposed to run for president? I did end up getting a full-time job, and it has benefits, and I get to work with aliens all day long. And I'm not even talking about Home Depot. I'm actually terrified to go into Home Depot now because people started coming up to me acting like I know what I'm doing there just because I look like a lesbian. Listen, I don't even know how to operate a hammer. I'm used to getting nailed. I was born with a deformity. I actually have what is known as polysyndactyl toes, which means I have an extra toe and 3 of them are webbed together, which means I'm not even afraid of diabetes anymore. I always have a spare. Recently, getting diagnosed as pre-diabetic really put a stop in my plans of ever having a sugar daddy. This year, I found out that I really hate nurses. I am so tired of people that tell me to wait and then they'll tell me my weight. And then when you're up on the scale, they'll tell you, oh, you should cut back on those donuts. And I said, you're going to be driving on a donut because I slashed your tire in the parking lot. I don't need that negativity. I hated that they tried to tell me, oh, you should try the 12-step program. Listen, I can't even make it up 12 stairs, let alone successfully make it down. But they said, don't worry, cows also have that difficulty.
Jesus.
Sons of bitches.
Bitches.
I'm actually with someone who is the opposite of a heifer. He is actually a very petite man, which means I could throw him over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes. So every time I go into Walmart, I'm scared he's going to get kidnapped. Thank you guys so much. I've been Killer Keely.
All right. All right. Great job, Keely. One more time. One more time. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, are we boycotting Walmart? I think there was something about a boycott of Walmart. I haven't gone in there, so I don't know. Anyway,
I'm,
moving on.
way too close to Mexico, so that is a daily fear.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
Plenty of traffic here.
All right.
That's on other news.
On other news, on new news, we have the very hilarious Gary Coltrip on deck, but coming to the stage right now. Breaking news, it's Lloyd Legacy Sharp. Give it up. Woo!
Do not use the term fuck boys around Catholic priests.
Oh.
That is how you become an accomplice. I'm very well aware of what last Friday was, but for those of you who may not be aware, it was, of course, Black Friday. That one day of the year where you are legally allowed to trample your fellow human beings in pursuit of the latest PlayStation. I myself have never been impressed by Black Friday, mostly because I'm Black every Friday. Sorta, kinda. I'm only half Black. I'm also half Hispanic. A niggerican, if you will. And if you will, you should not. 2025 is about to begin, and I, for one, am aware of it. Can you tell the enthusiasm is just oozing off my tongue?
I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Quick inquiry as to who in the background is commentating on my 2025 doom. Maybe be mindful of the background noise, but that's another story for another day. as the new year approaches, there's a couple of things I would like to stop happening. For one thing, please stop saying new year, new me. I don't have a problem with the fact that it's annoying, which it is. I don't even mind the fact that it's mildly optimistic. My problem is that it's biologically incorrect.
Oh.
I don't know how many of you people know this, but each and every one of you were born. That is as new as you're going to get.
Ah.
It can't be new year, new me. At best, it's new year, refurbished me.
Mm.
All I want is accuracy in my optimism. These are the same people who tell you you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. First of all, 0 for 0 means nothing. You suck at percentages. I can't miss a shot if I don't attempt to take a shot in the first place.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about that phrase is that you are making me do the one thing that I have hated doing since I was 5 years old. You are making me defend math. And if you make me defend math, you're causing the problem. The other thing I hope that we stop doing in 2025, which we're not going to, but I hope every year, is hero worship. You know, hero worship. Somebody out there can do no wrong, even when they do.
Mm.
It's a damn shame about that guy. He'd be a great guy if it weren't for all the racism and pedophilia. Which is just taking the scenic route to get to the point. You could just as easily say this. Damn shame about that guy. He'd be a great guy if it weren't for the fact that he isn't. Simple. Keep it simple. The last thing I'm going to acknowledge about the new year is that Black History Month is happening again.
Mm.
Thank God it's only once a year, because I don't know how many of you people have noticed this, but the audio and the optics don't really line up. What does it mean by that? What I'm saying is I look like I can say the N-word, but I sound like I shouldn't. When you're the whitest sounding person in any given space, it becomes an awkward 28 days when you look like the victim but sound like the problem. I've been Lloyd Legacy Sharp. Thanks for listening.
Woo! Woo! All right, that was Lloyd Legacy Sharp. One more time. Woo! All right. We are chugging right along. We've got a couple more comedians to go. On deck, we have Lee Bruns, but coming to the stage right now, somebody who has a fantastic hat. Well, a couple of people have commented on it. That's how fantastic it is. Give it up for Carrie Cool Trip. Woo!
Hey, what's up, guys? Hell yeah. First off, before I get started, first of all, fuck funerals. I found out today that the average funeral costs $13,000.
Uh-huh.
You got me all the way fucked up. You better guard your body with me. I have a 275 credit score. I'm not taking out 19 payday loans to bury your ass. As soon as you do something dumb and croak out, I'm gonna put your ass in an air fryer fucking with me. And then I'm gonna put the rest of your body in the shoebox and send you, I'm gonna say the prayer and send you on down that creek.
Yeah, they.
Dude, I'm like germophobic. Like I hate having to eat after I take a shit. Like that's uncomfortable for me. Like, cause I don't know about you guys, but I deep clean. Like I literally take my hand so far up between my cheeks, my little coconut derrieres. I'm touching my colon when I wipe, and I just can't go from that to eating nachos. I can't do it because I like to suck off the meat and the sour cream off my fingers, and I just so wipe my ass. I can't transition like that. I need something with a fork. Fuck Facebook too. Facebook pissed me off. Fuck all my 6,000 friends, 37 of which I really know. So I posted, help, I'm stuck and scared. I need a ride home. I'm in downtown Dallas. I got 397 likes on that. I don't understand people with face tattoos. You can't get no face tattoo for free. Your life is over if you ain't got no talent. If you claim you're a musician unsigned, you need to be able to play Beethoven concertos with your hands tied, only using your tongue if you got a face tat. Oh, you a stripper with a face tat? Your dancing skills better be so good you make Shakira's hips alive. That's how good you need to dance. You need to do some shit on that pole so erotic it makes me nut in my pants just by watching. That's how good you need to be to have a goddamn face tat. Especially if you're a Mexican. If you're a Mexican man with a face tat living with your mama, you better be able to cut 9 acres of grass in 9 minutes. That's how cold you need to be. What's up with all these 8-in-1 hair product bottles? Y'all ever seen this? So you mean to tell me in one goddamn bottle is shampoo, conditioner, motor oil, tartar sauce, suntan lotion? I don't understand. What happened to regular sex? I had this girl, of course she was white. She wanted me to choke her, spit in her ear, and pee on her at the same time doing sex. I thought we was having regular sex. You didn't turn this to a CSI crime scene. No, bitch, you ain't about to Othello on me. I know how this story going in. So now I'm scared to have sex with girls now. But before I have sex with a chick, I put on a hazmat suit, boots, and gloves. So my DNA ain't gonna be nowhere in that house. I'm about to get out of here. I've had a lot of bad one-night stands. So I was at a bar and I bought this girl one shot, and 2 hours later she came outside drunk and she goes, "Here's my keys, take us home." Excuse me? Who are you? So I exit on. So we get to the parking lot. She got a Range Rover. I said, yeah, I'm taking us home because I ain't never drove one of those. So we gets in there. I'm drunk. She's so drunk, she passed out. Window, head hanging out. This is a bad idea, Karen, because I'm black as fuck. It looked like I stole her truck and drugged her. That's what it looked like. This is like a bad idea. We finally gets to an apartment. She wakes back up. I don't know what happened. She caught the Holy Ghost. She's back. So we started drinking Jaeger bombs and Rumpel Mints at her apartment. Bad idea. I was so drunk, I started trying her clothes on. You know how fucked up you got to be to have a sundress on with a goddamn thong on your head? I was fucked up. She let that slide. That must have been her little kink. But she was real mad when I pissed on her cat and kicked it out the window. I'm about to get out of here. It's a lot of shit I don't understand. And this one thing I don't understand is glory holes. What the fuck is a glory hole? And who idea was that? Fellas, I'm sorry. Y'all is disgusting. You should not stick your dick in a random mystery hole. You don't know what's sucking you off on the other side of that goddamn wall. It could be a goddamn giraffe over there. You don't know what creature that is. It could be a goddamn Yeti screaming on your dick. I'm not trying that. It'd be just my luck. I stick my shit in there. It's a goddamn shotgun barrel and shoot my shit off. Thank y'all, man. My name is Carrie. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. I'm getting there. I thought I was. Here we go. Here we go. One more time for Carrie. Cool trip, everybody. All right. That was awesome. Good stuff tonight. We've got a couple more very hilarious comedians on deck as Comedy Dame, but coming to the stage for the very first time. Give it up for Lee Bruns. Woo!
Oh man, look at that. Jeez, yeah. What a great scene, huh? Me at my desk. No, it's too cold to do anything outside. I'm just sitting around the house watching a lot of TV. I watch the Discovery Channel a lot. They have all their shots from the International Space Station. The International Space Station, and they'll have these astronauts, right? And the astronauts just hold something up while they're talking, just leave it floating in the air there, you know, and they'll go back to their work, and then they'll grab it out of midair and they'll use it, and they'll set the next thing up, and it just floats there in midair, just sits there in midair. Yeah. You know, eventually those people come back to Earth. Eventually, when people come back to Earth, and they're just so accustomed to being able just to set anything wherever they want. Again, what I'm getting at is never let an astronaut hold your baby. Right? That's just good life advice. My wife watches a lot of the British Baking Challenge. Yeah, the British Baking Challenge, they bake things. The British Baking Challenge, and she really likes the show. She watches the British Baking Challenge a lot. And she wanted a T-shirt for Christmas from the British Baking Challenge. Right, and I went to the website, and I see a T-shirt for the British Baking Challenge. That's $65 for that T-shirt. $65 for a T-shirt? I'm not doing that. So I went to Pornhub. I got her a T-shirt. It still says I Heart BBC.
Oh no!
But it only cost me $20.
Damn, that's smart.
No, my first name isn't actually Lee. My first name is Shannon. I had to give up on using my first name because I had too many times I had them argue with me about my own name. I'd order food at Taco Bell, and a few minutes later they'd be yelling, Shane, Sean, Sharon. So I just gave the hell up, started using my middle name. Yeah, it was a lost cause. My brother's name is Ashley. Yeah. Yeah, he drinks a lot. He had a weird childhood, though. He was raised as an only child. I remember my mom growing up, you know, and she treated me so much different than him. And I finally asked her, I said, Mom, if you didn't want 2 kids, why did you have 2 kids? And she said, well, you know, abortion wasn't legal. That's not really true. That's not true. Mom didn't smoke. I ride motorcycle a lot. You know, my last big Harley was an FLH TCU ISE. Now, if you don't know Harley Davidson nomenclature, the FL, that's your big twin chassis. The FLH, that's the touring frame. FLH TC, that's the touring classic. FLH TCU, which is for the Ultra. FLH TCUI is fuel injected. FLH TCU ISE is a Screaming Eagle edition. So when my daughter said she was LGBTQ, I knew what that meant. That meant she had rejected the hydraulic front end, and she was more interested in something in a soft tail.
Wow. That was great.
You know, they told me they were doing this tonight, and they said I got the message that said it's on like Donkey Kong. And that Donkey Kong, wow, man. You know, naming stuff after video games like that's kind of wild.
Yeah, what would happen?
Do we fail like Oregon Trail? Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now I remember I'm so old, I remember when there weren't video games, there was just Pong. Right? No one said, do you want to come over and play video games? It was just, do you want to come over and play Pong? And finally, later on, the Atari 5200 came out, and it was a real game changer. I mean, literally, finally, we could change the fucking game. But Pong was a good lesson because there were no levels. It just got faster and faster and faster and faster until you died. Just like life. Right? That's how it is. No. Oh, what else was I going to tell you about? It's cold. It's cold. Yeah. Well, we had a bar here in Watertown for the longest time called the Harbor Bar, and the Harbor Bar had this weird sort of honesty that everyone kind of appreciated after a while. You'd walk in there and like the guy'd warn you and say, "You see that guy in the corner? It looks like he'll stab you if you look at him wrong." Yeah, don't look at him. He'll stab you if you look at him wrong. See that guy in the corner looks like he's a drug dealer? It's because he's a fucking drug dealer. That type of honesty I can appreciate. My name's Lee Bruns. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice night.
Lee Librunes, everybody, Librunes. Let me get to my thing here. I am not as graceful tonight, and I haven't been drinking, so we're just the best. Just but anyway, we are going to go ahead and bring up our last comedian of the night. Let's go ahead. Make sure to give her a very warm welcome. Give it up for Comedy Dame. Woo!
Hi, thanks guys. I made ratatouille tonight for dinner and cut my finger. So I have a boo-boo. And I was wondering if the people who say I have a boo-boo also would say I have to boo-boo. Or would they say something different? People are crazy. Anyone else have a relative?
Yes.
I will not say names. Who's like, I don't want nobody calling me with negativity. No sob stories. I will only listen to good news. Yeah, I have a relative like that. Like, not today. That's the theme for today. Not today, boo-boo. Either not today or boo-boo. I don't usually consider myself a snob when it comes to dressing. But there was one time in college, I was set to go out with a boyfriend I was visiting. And lo and behold, he had on sweatpants and dress shoes. Yeah. And I think maybe that's where all that stuff came from. That's, this whole not today. And because I know I was like, what you're not gonna do. That's one of the things they say. What you're not gonna do is wear that outfit. Not today, boo boo. Okay. It was the sweatpants that cuffed at the bottom, they gathered, and then real dress shoes. Not happening. Not today. Look, I was like a judge. I will not allow it. Objection sustained. But you're the one objecting. Overruled. Not today. Actually, my neighbor was locked out of the house yesterday. And he's married. And I love married couples. I do. I love my married couples from a distance, from afar, because I already see things. They in law there's something called a crime of passion. And yeah, you're supposed to be in the act, but I don't trust it. So yeah, he's locked out. His wife locked him out. And I wanted to say I would invite you in, but my feet wouldn't pause long enough to let that happen. My feet were like, no, get in the house, close the door. Because I could already see it. His wife is like, Your Honor, from the look on his face as he left her house, it was clear. Before I knew it, I had busted a cap in her ass. Charges dropped. Not today. I mean, I would say the same thing with threesomes. I would say be careful with threesomes because, even if they say, oh, we're cool with it, I can see it. Your Honor, I thought I was cool with it, but something snapped. Not today. Thank you.
That was Comedy Dame, everybody. Give it up one more time. She absolutely does not like penny loafers and gray sweatpants as a combination. She doesn't like it, guys. So I'm on the same page. That's a wacky combination. I will say that. A couple last things. Just kind of finish up your night. We're in the Thanksgiving season. One of my favorite movies last year was actually Thanksgiving by Eli Roth. And that movie came out, and right around the time that movie came out, Patrick Dempsey was named Sexiest Man Alive on People magazine. And I was like, Patrick Dempsey, really? So I finally got around to watching Thanksgiving, and Patrick Dempsey was in it, and I still didn't know why they had named him Sexiest Man Alive. So I was still in a quandary after that movie. And then a final story, Joe Biden pardoned his son despite people asking him not to. And I gotta say, that's just a presidential version of "fuck you, America." So, yeah, so that was the news, guys. I'm Alicia Rain. Thanks everyone for tuning in from the stream. We are gonna go ahead and wish all those streamers a fantastic night.
Night.